Akihiro Miwa, the legendary Japanese actor, singer, and performer, passed away on June 20, 2026, at the age of 91 due to natural causes. Throughout his remarkable career, Miwa left a lasting impact on Japanese entertainment and became widely admired for his powerful voice, unique style, and unforgettable presence. Many anime fans around the world remember him for his iconic voice performances in two beloved Studio Ghibli films. He brought depth and emotion to the character of the wolf goddess Moro in Princess Mononoke, and also voiced the Witch of the Waste in Howl's Moving Castle, roles that helped introduce his talent to a new generation of audiences globally. Beyond animation, Miwa was celebrated as a respected cabaret singer and performer in Japan, known for his artistic expression, elegance, and individuality. His career represented creativity, courage, and a passion for breaking traditional boundaries in entertainment. After experiencing the hardships of wartime Japan, he became an advocate for peace and used his voice to promote messages of compassion and understanding. Over the decades, Miwa inspired countless people through his performances, activism, and dedication to the arts. His legacy continues through the characters he portrayed, the music he created, and the many lives he touched with his extraordinary talent. Fans and fellow artists continue to remember him as a true icon whose influence reached far beyond the stage and screen. Anne Widdecombe was a well-known British politician and public figure whose life reflected decades of service, leadership, and a strong connection with the public. She became a prominent member of the UK's Conservative Party and built a long career in Parliament, where she worked on several important areas of government. During her political career, she held key roles, including serving as Minister of State for Employment and later taking responsibility for prisons. Beyond politics, Anne Widdecombe became widely recognized for her personality and appearances outside Westminster. She successfully transitioned into television and became a familiar face to many viewers across the country. Her participation in popular reality programs, including Strictly Come Dancing and Celebrity Big Brother, introduced her to a broader audience and showed a different side of her character. Known for her direct opinions, confidence, and distinctive style, she remained a memorable figure in British public life. Throughout her career, Anne Widdecombe was admired by many for her dedication to public service and her ability to connect with people from different backgrounds. Whether in Parliament, on television, or through public discussions, she continued to attract attention and leave a lasting impression. Her journey from politics to entertainment highlighted her versatility and determination to take on new challenges. She will be remembered as a person who played many roles, a politician, a communicator, and a public personality who remained active and engaged throughout her life. Priscilla Anderson, a talented dancer, choreographer, and television personality, has passed away at the age of 45 after a courageous journey with cancer. She became widely known through the Netflix reality series Country Ever After, where audiences got a closer look at her life, family, faith, and the bond she shared with her husband, country singer Coffey Anderson. Her passing was shared through a heartfelt message she had prepared with the help of a close friend, allowing her own words to express the love, strength, and positivity she carried throughout her life. In the message, Priscilla reminded her family and supporters that her journey was filled with love, memories, and faith. She also shared emotional words for her children and loved ones, showing the deep connection she had with her family and the impact she hoped to leave behind. Before becoming a familiar face on television, Priscilla built an impressive career as a professional hip-hop dancer, performing alongside major artists including Britney Spears, Rihanna, and Snoop Dogg. She later brought her experience and creativity to the world of cheerleading as a choreographer for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and appeared in the series America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders. Throughout her life, Priscilla inspired many through her determination, talent, and positive spirit. She will be remembered not only for her achievements in dance and entertainment, but also for the love she shared with those around her. Her legacy continues through her children, family, friends, and the many people she inspired with her story. David Wilcock is an American author, lecturer, filmmaker, and media personality who has gained recognition for his work exploring spirituality, consciousness, ancient civilizations, and alternative ideas about human potential. Over the years, he has built a dedicated audience through books, online programs, interviews, and public appearances where he discusses topics that combine personal growth, metaphysical concepts, and his interpretations of science and history. Wilcock became especially well known through his book, The Source Field Investigations, in which he examined ideas related to energy, consciousness, and theories about hidden patterns within scientific discoveries. The book attracted attention from readers interested in exploring connections between the universe, human awareness, and the possibility of deeper forces influencing life. His work often focuses on the belief that humanity may have a greater understanding of consciousness and existence than is commonly recognized. Beyond writing, Wilcock has appeared in various media projects and discussions covering subjects such as ancient cultures, unexplained mysteries, and theories about life beyond Earth. He has been connected with programs and communities that explore topics involving extraterrestrial possibilities and unusual historical questions, bringing these conversations to a wide online audience. Throughout his career, Wilcock has developed a strong following among people interested in spirituality, self-discovery, and alternative research. Many supporters appreciate his efforts to explore new perspectives and encourage curiosity about the unknown. At the same time, his ideas have also received criticism from skeptics who question some of his interpretations and the evidence behind certain claims. Regardless of differing opinions, David Wilcock remains a notable figure in modern alternative media. His books, films, and public discussions have influenced many people who are interested in exploring consciousness, personal transformation, and the mysteries of human existence. His work continues to inspire conversations about the relationship between science, spirituality, and the search for deeper meaning. Dylan Carter's introduction to the world was filled with humility, emotion, and a voice that instantly caught people's attention. During his blind audition on The Voice, Dylan shared how meaningful it would be if Reba McEntire chose to turn her chair for him. The moment became something truly special when every coach turned around to hear him. Standing on stage in front of Reba McEntire, John Legend, Niall Horan, and Gwen Stefani, Dylan described the experience as a dream come true. His heartfelt performance created an emotional connection that went beyond a simple competition, leaving the coaches and audience deeply moved. For Dylan, music was much more than entertainment. It was a way to express his feelings and honor the people who inspired him. Growing up in South Carolina, he saw himself as a quiet person who was not used to being in the spotlight. His appearance on such a major stage represented a huge personal achievement. He carried the memory of his late mother, who had always supported his dreams and encouraged him to follow his passion. After facing several challenges while trying to reach the show, Dylan finally earned his opportunity and gave a performance filled with genuine emotion. His journey reflected patience, dedication, and the courage to keep chasing a dream despite setbacks. Receiving a 4-chair turn showed the strength of his talent, and choosing to work with Reba McEntire allowed him to continue developing as an artist. Although his time on the competition was not long, his performances created unforgettable moments. Dylan Carter's story remains a reminder of how music can touch hearts. His sincerity, passion, and ability to connect with others made his journey meaningful, proving that true artistry comes not only from talent but also from emotion and authenticity. George Johnson, a visionary entrepreneur and a respected figure in American business history, left behind a remarkable legacy when he passed away on July 6, 2006, in Chicago at the age of 99. Throughout his long and successful life, Johnson became known for his determination, creativity, and commitment to building opportunities for his community. He was the founder of Johnson Products, a company that transformed the hair care industry with products such as Ultra Sheen and Afro Sheen, which became widely recognized and trusted by generations of customers across the United States. His work helped shape the beauty and personal care market, while also celebrating and supporting the unique needs of Black consumers. Beyond his achievements in business, Johnson was remembered for his important role in popular culture through his company's long-running sponsorship of the television program Soul Train, which became a major platform for music, dance, and cultural expression. He also contributed to economic growth and financial empowerment by founding Independence Bank of Chicago, one of the early Black-owned banks in the country. Johnson's journey from entrepreneur to industry leader reflected his belief in innovation, community support, and creating lasting change. His accomplishments continue to inspire future generations of business leaders who value purpose, dedication, and service. Through his companies, partnerships, and community efforts, George Johnson built more than successful businesses. He created a legacy that continues to be remembered for its impact on culture, entrepreneurship, and economic progress. Josh Marrow was remembered as a dedicated athlete, a loyal teammate, and a person whose life was shaped by family, faith, and determination. His journey from a young football player in Texas to a professional athlete in the NFL is a story of hard work, patience, and perseverance. Born on November 8, 1990, in St. Albans, England, Josh moved to the United States with his family at a young age and grew up in Texas, a place where football is deeply connected to the community and culture. He quickly developed a passion for the game and became a standout defensive player at L.D. Bell High School in Hurst, Texas. His impressive performances earned him recognition and opened the door to continue his career at Stanford University, where he improved both on and off the field. Known for his strength, discipline, and team-first attitude, Josh built a reputation as a dependable player who always gave his best effort. Although he was not selected in the 2014 NFL Draft, he remained determined and earned opportunities through hard work, eventually building a successful professional career. During his time in the NFL, he became known as a reliable defensive presence, appearing in numerous games and earning the respect of teammates and coaches. Beyond football, Josh was admired for his character, humility, and commitment to the people around him. His story continues to inspire fans because it represents dedication, resilience, and the importance of staying committed to your goals. While his time in the spotlight was focused on football, the impact he made on those who knew him extended far beyond the field. Haley Hoddle's passing has left fans, colleagues, and members of the deaf community mourning the loss of a young performer whose talent and presence made a lasting impact. According to reports, Kaylee died on July 21, 2026, following a vehicle accident in Maryland. Reports about her exact age vary, with some sources identifying her as 18 and others as 19. Kaylee became widely recognized for her role as Gia, the young deaf girl in the films Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, where her performance brought a unique and heartfelt representation of deaf characters to a global audience. She also appeared in an episode of the television series Magnum P.I., continuing to build her career as a young actress. Beyond her work on screen, Kaylee was admired for representing the deaf community with authenticity and helping bring greater visibility to deaf experiences in entertainment. Her performances showed that storytelling becomes more powerful when it includes diverse voices and perspectives. Those who followed her journey remember her not only for her acting ability, but also for the warmth and inspiration she brought to others. Her life and career, though tragically short, left an impression on many people who saw her work and connected with her story. Kaylee Hoddle will be remembered as a talented young artist whose contributions helped create meaningful representation and whose legacy continues through the audiences she touched. Louise Lasser, the talented actress best known for her groundbreaking role in the satirical television series Mary Hartman, is being remembered for a career that brought humor, originality, and unforgettable performances to audiences. Lasser passed away on July 6, 2026, at her home in Manhattan, at the age of 87, leaving behind a legacy that continues to influence television and comedy. She became widely recognized in the 1970s for portraying Mary Hartman, the ordinary yet deeply complex character at the center of the unusual and critically acclaimed series. Although the show had a short run, Lasser's performance made a lasting impression, and she appeared in 325 episodes over the course of just 2 years. Her unique ability to balance comedy, emotion, and social commentary helped make the series a memorable part of television history. Before her television success, Lasser was also connected to the Broadway world, where she served as an understudy for Barbra Streisand in the musical I Can Get It For You Wholesale, a production that helped launch Streisand's career. Lasser also appeared in several films directed by Woody Allen, with whom she was briefly married. Throughout her career, she was admired for her distinctive style, fearless performances, and willingness to take on unconventional roles. Fans and fellow performers continue to celebrate Louise Lasser as an actress who brought something truly original to the screen and stage. Her contributions to television, theater, and film remain an important part of entertainment history, and her work continues to be appreciated by new generations of audiences. Mary Morello, a passionate activist and longtime advocate for artistic freedom, has passed away at the age of 102. Known for her dedication to protecting creative expression, Morello made a lasting impact through her work challenging efforts to limit what artists could say and create through music. In 1987, she founded Parents for Rock and Rap, an organization that became a strong voice in the conversation around music censorship. The group offered a different perspective during a period when debates over explicit content in popular music were receiving national attention. Morello believed that artists and listeners should have the freedom to engage with music without unnecessary restrictions, and her activism helped bring attention to the importance of open expression. Beyond her advocacy work, many people also knew Mary Morello as the mother of musician Tom Morello, the guitarist and songwriter best known for his work with Rage Against the Machine. She remained a supportive presence throughout his career and became a familiar figure to fans by introducing the band at many of their performances. Her connection to music extended far beyond being a family member. She was an active participant in the culture she worked so hard to protect. Throughout her long life, Mary Morello stood as an example of dedication, courage, and a commitment to making her voice heard. Her legacy will continue through the causes she supported, the conversations she inspired, and the people whose lives she influenced. Michael Tilson Thomas, affectionately known as MTT, was one of the most influential figures in American classical music. A brilliant conductor, composer, and educator, he left a remarkable legacy that shaped orchestras, inspired musicians, and connected audiences with music in new ways. He passed away at the age of 81 in San Francisco, California, surrounded by his family and loved ones. His passing marked the end of an extraordinary chapter, especially for the San Francisco Symphony, where he served as music director for 25 years and helped transform the orchestra into a globally respected institution. Born in Los Angeles in 1944, Tilson Thomas grew up in a family deeply connected to the arts. His passion and talent for music guided him from an early age, leading him to study at the University of Southern California and train at Tanglewood under the guidance of legendary conductor Leonard Bernstein. His international career took off in 1969, when he stepped in to conduct the Boston Symphony Orchestra, earning widespread recognition for his exceptional talent. During his time with the San Francisco Symphony from 1995 to 2020, he introduced innovative programs, celebrated American composers, and created unforgettable performances that reached audiences worldwide. Beyond the concert stage, he dedicated himself to education by co-founding the New World Symphony in Miami Beach, helping young musicians develop their skills and pursue their dreams. Even while facing serious health challenges in his later years, Tilson Thomas remained deeply connected to music and continued sharing his passion with others. With numerous recordings, awards, and decades of artistic contributions, his influence will continue to live on. Michael Tilson Thomas will be remembered not only for his musical brilliance, but also for his kindness, creativity, and lifelong commitment to inspiring others through the power of music. Moya Brennan was a remarkable artist whose voice became a symbol of Ireland's rich culture and musical heritage. Often celebrated as the, quote-unquote, First Lady of Celtic music, she touched audiences around the world with her emotional, powerful, and deeply meaningful performances. Born Mair Philomena ní Brownain on August 9, 1952, in County Donegal, she grew up surrounded by traditional Irish music, Gaelic language, and storytelling. Coming from a large musical family, Moya developed her talent from an early age while performing alongside her siblings, building the foundation for a career that would inspire millions. In 1970, she became the lead singer of Clannad, the family band that transformed Celtic music on the international stage. Their song, Theme from Harry's Game, introduced Irish-language music to listeners worldwide and became one of the most recognized pieces in Celtic music history. With millions of records sold and global recognition, Clannad's success was closely connected to Moya's unforgettable voice. Beyond the band, she created a successful solo career and worked with respected artists such as Bono, while also contributing to film and television projects. Throughout her life, Moya showed incredible strength while facing personal and health challenges, continuing to share her music and message of hope. Her work went beyond entertainment. It celebrated Irish identity, spirituality, and human connection. Moya Brennan's legacy remains alive through the songs she created and the emotions she inspired. She will always be remembered as a gifted storyteller whose voice carried the heart and soul of Ireland to the world. Journalist Malik was remembered as a thoughtful voice in the world of technology and innovation. He passed away on June 24, 2026, in Palo Alto, California, at the age of 59, following what his family described as a long health journey related to his heart. Throughout his career, Malik built a reputation for explaining complex technology stories in a way that connected with everyday readers. He was the founder of Giga, a technology blog that became a trusted source for millions of people interested in Silicon Valley, startups, and the fast-changing world of digital innovation. More than just reporting on technology, Malik focused on the human side of the industry, exploring how new ideas, companies, and inventions could influence the way people live and work. His writing was recognized for its clarity, curiosity, and ability to bring important conversations to a wider audience. Colleagues and readers remember him not only for his journalism, but also for the perspective and insight he brought to discussions about the future of technology. His work reflected a passion for understanding change and helping others make sense of a rapidly evolving world. While his passing marks the end of an important chapter, Malik's contributions continue through the stories he told, the conversations he started, and the impact he made on readers and the technology community. He leaves behind a legacy of thoughtful journalism, curiosity, and a commitment to informing others. The world of British television is remembering the remarkable career of actress Penelope Keith, who passed away in June 2026 at the age of 86. Known for her elegance, sharp wit, and unforgettable screen presence, Keith became one of the most respected and beloved figures in British entertainment. Over several decades, she brought warmth and humor to audiences through some of the country's most cherished television programs. She became a household name with her iconic performances in popular sitcoms such as The Good Life and To the Manor Born, where her distinctive voice, comedic timing, and charming personality made her characters truly memorable. Beyond her leading roles, Keith also delighted viewers with memorable appearances that showcased her incredible talent for comedy. One performance that continues to be celebrated by fans was her guest appearance on the 1977 Morecambe and Wise Christmas show, where her humor and natural stage presence added to the magic of the festive special. Throughout her career, Penelope Keith represented the best of British acting, combining professionalism, grace, and a unique ability to connect with audiences of all generations. Her contribution to television has left a lasting impact, and her performances continue to bring joy to viewers around the world. Colleagues, fans, and fellow performers are honoring her legacy as a talented actress whose work helped define an important era of British comedy and entertainment. Penelope Keith will be remembered not only for the characters she played but also for the laughter, warmth, and unforgettable moments she shared with audiences throughout her extraordinary career. Dabney Coleman was a remarkable actor whose career was defined by his unforgettable ability to play characters audiences loved to dislike. Born on January 3, 1932, he became famous for his clever comedic timing and his talent for bringing charm and humor to roles that were often arrogant, stubborn, or full of flaws. Throughout his decades in entertainment, Coleman appeared in more than 175 film and television projects, proving his versatility across both comedy and drama. He delivered memorable performances in films such as 9 to 5, Tootsie, and War Games, where he turned challenging characters into standout moments. His television work also earned him lasting recognition, including roles in Buffalo Bill, Boardwalk Empire, and as the voice of Principal Prickly in Recess. Honored with a Primetime Emmy and a Golden Globe, Coleman was respected not only for his talent but also for his warmth, humor, and professionalism. His passing at the age of 92 marked the end of an extraordinary career, but his performances continue to entertain and inspire audiences around the world. Larry Donnell Thompson's journey was about much more than football. Born on October 27, 1958, he earned recognition through his dedication, strength, and discipline as a defensive end for the Baltimore Colts and Indianapolis Colts after developing his skills during his college years with the North Carolina Tar Heels. However, his greatest achievements continued beyond the playing field. After leaving the NFL, Thompson successfully transformed himself into a respected entrepreneur. Beginning in 1998, he entered the business world as a McDonald's franchise owner in Atlanta and steadily expanded his portfolio. Over the years, he became involved with several well-known brands, including Choice Hotels International, Zaxby's, Denny's, and Checkers Drive-In, often working alongside his longtime friend and former roommate, Ron Wooten. Thompson's story represents determination, adaptability, and the ability to create success in different stages of life. His journey from professional athlete to accomplished businessman continues to inspire people who value hard work, growth, and the courage to embrace new opportunities. Edna O'Brien, born on 15 December 1930, was one of Ireland's most influential and courageous writers, known for bringing women's experiences and emotions into the spotlight. Through her novels, memoirs, plays, poetry, and short stories, she explored themes of love, identity, relationships, and the challenges faced by women in traditional societies. Her first novel, The Country Girls, published in 1960, became a landmark work because it openly discussed topics that were often considered too sensitive at the time. Although it faced strong criticism and controversy, the book helped change the direction of modern Irish literature and gave a powerful voice to stories that had often been overlooked. O'Brien continued writing with honesty and creativity throughout her long career. Her memoir, Country Girl, reflected on her personal journey, while her later works continued to examine important human experiences. Honored around the world, she received several prestigious awards and became a celebrated figure in literature. Edna O'Brien passed away at the age of 93, leaving behind a remarkable legacy of bravery, compassion, and storytelling. Elisa Rosario Ruiz Pinella, widely known as Elisa Montes, was a remarkable Spanish actress whose life was closely connected to the country's rich artistic heritage. Born on 15 December 1934, she adopted her stage name as a tribute to her grandfather, the renowned composer Manuel Pinella Moreno, inspired by his celebrated work, El Gato Montes. Growing up in a creative family, Elisa developed a deep passion for acting and later became part of a respected artistic legacy alongside her sisters, Emma Pinella and Tereli Pavez. Her journey in cinema was also shared with her family life, as she married actor Antonio Ozores in 1960, and their daughter, Emma Ozores, followed the same path in the entertainment world. Even after her marriage ended, Elisa remained dedicated to her craft and continued to leave her mark on Spanish film and television. In recognition of her valuable contributions, she received the ASFAN Award in 2017. Elisa Montes passed away in Madrid at the age of 89, leaving behind a lasting legacy celebrated by audiences and generations of artists. Gena Rowlands was a legendary actress whose career spanned nearly 7 decades across film, television, and theater. Born on June 19, 1930, she became known for her deeply emotional performances and her ability to bring complex characters to life with honesty and passion. Throughout her journey, she received numerous honors, including 4 Emmy Awards, 2 Golden Globes, and 2 Academy Award nominations for Best Actress. A major part of Rowlands' success came from her creative partnership with her husband, filmmaker John Cassavetes. Together, they created unforgettable films such as A Woman Under the Influence and Gloria, which showcased her extraordinary talent. She also impressed audiences with roles in movies like Another Woman and The Notebook, directed by her son. Remembered as one of the most influential performers of her generation, Rowlands was celebrated for her authenticity and emotional strength on screen. In 2015, she received an honorary Academy Award for her remarkable contribution to cinema. Gena Rowlands passed away at the age of 94, leaving behind a powerful legacy that continues to inspire actors and audiences around the world. Isabel Crook, also known by her Chinese name Rao Sumei, lived a remarkable life that reflected the many transformations of modern China. Born on 15 December 1915, she became a respected anthropologist, educator, and an important figure in the development of English language education in the country. Beyond teaching, Crook dedicated many years to studying rural communities, listening to people's experiences, and recording the changing realities of everyday life. Her deep connection with China grew through decades of learning, research, and cultural exchange. She worked at Beijing Foreign Studies University, where she inspired generations of students and contributed greatly to international understanding. Throughout her long journey, Crook showed patience, curiosity, and dedication even during challenging historical periods. She passed away at the age of 107, with her death understood to be related to her advanced age. Her legacy remains a powerful example of lifelong learning, compassion, and cooperation between different cultures. Isabel Crook's story continues to remind us of the importance of education, empathy, and building connections across the world. Jacques Boudet was a remarkable figure in French theater and cinema, admired for his intelligence, powerful voice, and remarkable ability to bring depth to every character he portrayed. Born on 15 April 1935, he spent many years building his reputation on stage before gaining wider recognition through his film and television work. especially from the 1980s onward. His acclaimed performance in Exercises in Style showcased his exceptional talent for language, timing, and character interpretation. Over the years, Boudet became a familiar presence in the films of Robert Guédiguian, where he often played thoughtful and complex characters with great subtlety. He also impressed audiences with roles such as the Duc de Guermantes in Un amour de Swann, and his appearance in L'ivresse du pouvoir and Père et Fils. Beyond French cinema, he took part in international productions, including the television play Churchill and the Generals, where he portrayed Charles de Gaulle. Jacques Boudet left behind a memorable body of work and remains respected for his unique contribution to the performing arts. Kathleen Watkins was a respected Irish broadcaster, harpist, singer, actress, and writer, whose remarkable career touched many areas of Irish culture. Born on 17 October 1934, she became one of the first familiar voices on Irish television when RTE began broadcasting in 1961, working as the service's first continuity announcer. Before entering television, she was already admired for her talent as a traditional musician, performing as a singer and harpist in Ireland and internationally. Throughout her career, Watkins explored acting, including her memorable role as Grace Gifford in the 1966 docudrama Insurrection. She also became a well-known television presenter, hosting The Rose of Tralee in 1977 and earning a special place in Irish broadcasting history. Beyond the screen, she shared her creativity through children's books and poetry collections. Married to broadcaster Gay Byrne from 1964 until his passing in 2019, Watkins remained an influential figure in Irish media and arts. She passed away in Dublin at the age of 90, leaving behind a lasting legacy of creativity, dedication, and cultural contribution. Mayra Gómez Kemp, the iconic Cuban-Spanish television personality who became a familiar and cherished face across Spain, passed away at the age of 76 in Madrid. Reports stated that she died after health complications following a fall. Her passing marked the end of an extraordinary journey that covered television, radio, music, and film, leaving behind a legacy filled with memorable moments and affection from millions of fans. Born in Havana, Cuba, on February 14, 1948, Mayra grew up surrounded by art and creativity. After her family left Cuba in 1960 due to political changes, she lived in several countries before eventually making Spain her professional home. Her biggest breakthrough came as the host of the famous quiz show, Un, Dos, Tres, Responda otra vez, where her energy, humor, and connection with viewers made her a television legend. She broke barriers as one of the first women to lead a major quiz program. Even after facing serious health challenges, including cancer, Mayra remained strong and continued inspiring people with her courage, kindness, and unforgettable personality. Monte Kiffin was one of the most influential defensive minds in football history, leaving a lasting mark on the way modern defenses are designed and played. Over his long coaching career, he became widely recognized as the creator of the legendary Tampa 2 defensive system, a strategy that changed the game and inspired coaches at both the NFL and college levels. During his memorable 13-year tenure with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Kiffin built some of the league's toughest defenses, helping the team achieve its first Super Bowl championship in Super Bowl 37. His defensive philosophy focused on speed, teamwork, discipline, and smart execution, qualities that shaped many players and coaches who followed. Later in his career, Kiffin continued sharing his knowledge while working alongside his son, Lane Kiffin, at several college football programs. Monte Kiffin passed away at the age of 84 in Oxford, Mississippi, leaving behind a remarkable football legacy that continues to inspire the sport.